They have the score here. Rolls to the right. Will throw back. Receiver is there. Touchdown. They rolled everything right up the gut. Breaking tackles to the outside. Running away from the secondary. Say goodnight. Nice bounce. Looks to throw into the end zone. He got that. He got that. Unbelievable. All of a sudden, Bishop sees this into the secondary and will stroll in.
Well, we are almost to the halfway point of the high school football season as week 5 is upon us on a glorious night in West Knoxville as the undefeated, third ranked in the state Webb Spartans started 4-0 against the CAK Warriors just up the road about half a mile away in a very intriguing early season matchup, which is almost mid-season. Mark Packer along with Austin Price, Eric Kane, the third member of our team down on the field, and that's Joe McNish right there wearing the visor behind us. We'll learn a lot about Webb tonight. Are they as good as we think they are?
Yeah, I think so too. I'll be interested to see what CAK can get done just because they are without their starting quarterback. They are a little bit banged up, and they're coming off a 2-game losing streak. Webb undefeated, putting up a bunch of points, and just looking really, really good early on.
Set down to Eric Kane, who is standing by with Dave Meskey, retiring at the end of the season after 42 years.
Coach, CAK coming in on a 2-game losing skid, but still presenting a ton of challenges both offensively and defensively. What do you see in this CAK team?
You know, they're a good football team. They have some good football players. They play well up front, so they're gonna challenge us, you know, in a lot of different ways than what we've seen this year.
A short week for your team, playing a night earlier, of course. That was the week of practice, and what's the mindset of your team heading into tonight?
Our mindset has been great. You know, we've been practicing since like July 11th, so we've had enough practices in, so we should be good to go.
Coach, best of luck.
All right, thank you.
Brought to you by OEB Law. Turn your wreck into a check with OEB Law. Webb won the toss. They have elected to receive. So CAK will get the football to start the second half. And our chance to see this explosive Webb offense to get things started. I'm really kind of surprised. You know, most teams when they win the toss these days, they defer. Webb says, give us the football.
That tells you how confident the offense is, and they're going to kick it to number 0, Shavar Young, who is a freshman, already has an offer from Tennessee.
I doubt there's any chance he gets the football. They'll kick it to the near side from the 14-yard line. And the Warriors are there to corral the runner, which is Marquise Barrett. And our first chance to see senior quarterback Charlie Robinson. Robinson, 36 of 47 on the season, 735 yards, 12 touchdowns, and has athletes all over the place.
Really smooth operator, can beat you with his legs, but loves to stand in that pocket and deliver it down the field.
Twin receivers on both sides as they'll start this possession at the 33-yard line. And a flag comes in. Is that false start? Paul Romero, our referee tonight. So the Spartans push back 5 yards for the senior, and you'll keep your eye on Shavar Young, who tonight, they've got him listed as number 0 or number 3. He is just a 9th grader. They'll throw this one across the middle, and there he is wearing number 0.
Robinson's pass complete.
The Rivalry Thursday starting lineups, brought to you by Old Ben Franklin Motors.
Haven't quite figured out how you go back and forth between two jersey numbers, but I guess when you're Shavar Young and you're offered by everybody, you can do that.
could just be a black jersey thing. They may not have number 3 in black.
Robinson rolls to the right, pressure from behind. He'll throw this one out, and the catch is made, high pointing the football. Set up the defense for you for the Warriors, and they will be tested.
Yeah, a lot of seniors sprinkled in with a couple of juniors and a sophomore, and Alexander Glass at corner. And it's somewhere that I would say Charlie Robinson will try to target.
Well, and for head coach Travis Mazingo for CAK, I said, where do you feel the best about it? He said, my defense, and they're going to have to play well and keep us in this game. They'll hand off right up the middle, and nice open field tackle, 4th down and 2, coming up for the Spartans at their own 41-yard line as Caleb Hoke making the tackle.
Yeah, Hoke just stood him up and kept those feet driving backwards, and now Webb will punt.
Al Nindorf, the punter. And deep for the Warriors is Sloan Helton, a junior. Good start for the CAK defense. A low bounding punt that will take a CAK bounce and down at the 36-yard line. So our first chance to see Aiden Trout getting his second start of the year after a 23-yard punt. Trout, a junior quarterback, 6'3", 160. In there because Thomas Simpson, the starter, injured a couple of weeks ago.
Well, Trout's a big kid. I mean, he's tall, shows a pretty decent arm. Question is how much do they, let him go and not try to, keep things just right in front of him.
Well, Jay Duncan, a big bruising running back, 6 foot, 200 pounds they list him. And they would love to control the line of scrimmage and the clock with him, but they'll come out throwing. Trout with a little screen across the middle, blockers in front. And a 6-yard gain for the big man Duncan to get things started behind this offensive line.
A lot of juniors on that offensive side of the ball, especially with Duncan, Sloan Helton, and then Christopher Cook.
Here we are again enjoying the band at Webb. We did this a few years ago, and they asked me where did we want to be tonight, and I said where we were the last time. Throw this one out, and they will get the first down, I do believe. Pass out to Hoke. Set up the defense for you. There's always a Bonifacio on the defense at Webb.
This is true, and there's always a first initial J Duncan over at CAK. Jay, following the lineage of no relation Jacob Duncan, former middle linebacker for the Warriors some 12 or 13 years ago.
And former neighbor of Austin. First down for the Warriors. They'll go inside, and a couple of tough running yards for Duncan. Now, if you're Mazingo, head coach at CAK, you want to see that clock at the end of the field just churning.
Yeah, churning. Agreed.
Churning.
Like, the longer these drives are for the CAK offense, the more maddening it probably is for Webb, which is such an irony because for years it was Webb grinding it out in that wing tee against teams, and now all of a sudden they're thrill a minute, scoring 50 points. And
Mesquite brought Rusty Bradley over, ironically, well, I would say from CAK, but it was kind of from everywhere by the time he got there. But Rusty got over, and Rusty kind of brought that passing game to Webb, and then he left to go to North Carolina. And Dave said, I couldn't change it back at that point.
Well, you're correct. You totally reversed fortune of what you've done. It would have been very, very hard to go back to the wing tee after you had kind of brought in players that met your skill set of throwing it all over the line. Big third down here, third and long for the Warriors.
Third down, avoid turnovers. Trout throws this one out. Catch is made. Nice open field tackle by Nindorf. Gain of 4, a fourth down at midfield. And CAK will send the punt unit out.
Third of the way through this third quarter, or through this first quarter. And Shavar Young will drop back deep for Webb.
Oh, they'll fake it here, or will they?
Oh, good grief.
Was a timeout taken
They called a
before?
false start on CAK.
They were going to fake that punt.
Offense number 25. Still 4th down.
Oh, how about that for CAK? Mazingo rolls the dice, and now he'll have to punt. You're not faking now.
You better hope you don't overkick your coverage.
Well, I'm going to say this right now. They're probably lucky by the looks that Webb saw that coming. High snap. They'll bobble it. They'll punt it away. And this will be bounced around. This is kind of like the play last week where Gibbs got a touchdown out of. And on this one, Webb gets great field position. Let's quickly take a timeout. No score with 6:55 to go in the first quarter. Gorgeous, gorgeous night for football. Not a gorgeous hunt for CAK. It was negative 6 yards. And so I said to Austin, I said, you know, they were lucky that they had that false start on that fake. And you said, well, they would have been better off then than they are now.
Yeah, lost about 20 yards.
On the first drive for Webb, they were 3 and out. This time a handoff inside. And tough running for Jalen Hill, taken down by McCray Gwynn. Gain of 7.
Good blocking up front. Watch that right tackle. He pulls. A great job by 65 for the Spartans, that being Theron Hubbard.
Quarterback will keep it himself around right in. How about that move? To the outside, cutting back and out at about the 10-yard line. But how about the move right there? Charlie Robinson and a couple of CAK players literally fell down reaching for it.
The ankles got, look at them. The ankles are just left right there on the turf. The ankles. Good grief.
Oh. Gain of 15 yards, moves the football inside the 10, down at the 6, first down and goal. Robinson, the quarterback, quick handoff off left tackle, easy touchdown. Jalen Hill, and the Spartans strike first, up 6-0 from 6 yards out.
Yep, CAK miscues. Rick talked about that in the pregame show. Special teams miscue of the high snap, partially blocked punt that gives Webb the short field, and Hill cashes in after the Robinson keeper down inside the 10, and Webb's on the board in a hurry. That's exactly what Mozingo wanted to avoid, yet they weren't able to avoid it here halfway through this first quarter.
Get a break and a break. Over from another private school from Ted Russell Ford at Grace.
Blue 2020 F-150 41,990.
Hut. Jake drops back. He's got a deal wide open.
The crowd goes wild. With savings, whether you're looking for a low-mileage pre-owned truck to tailgate in or a minivan to get the whole family to the game, the Pre-Owned Patrol has what you're looking for. Only at Ted Russell Ford on Kingston Pike or Parkside Drive.
So Dave Meskey's Spartans strike first, 7-0. Special teams such a big part of this. Guys, Austin's calling for something, and it's for donations to Wreaths Across America. As we have lots of veterans that are here tonight. I mean, literally, they are here in force tonight. We are starting already with $1,250. That's where we're starting tonight on the donations. You can go to knoxwreaths.org. You can give donations at Rivalry Thursday games, however you want to. But a year ago, you helped us come up with almost 2,000 wreaths for graves of our fallen veterans in Knox County. Return here from the 8-yard line. Nice move here for the Warriors, and look out. Some open field to midfield, past midfield, making a move down inside the 30 to the
Ball.
25. Drops
and
the
CAK
football.
got back on it. Wow.
It was Sloan Helton on the return, and thank goodness for Christopher Cook falling on that football to keep this football the possession of the Warriors. Special teams take it, and special teams gives back.
Great blocking on this return. Now watch right here. The ball gets poked out by 28, the kicker, but Johnny on the spot was Christopher Cook, and he keeps the Warriors in the kitchen trying to find 6.
63 yards on the return, and the Warriors in business. They'll go to the air. Trout with a quick pass. They'll get a first down and a little bit more into the D1 red zone down inside the 15 to the 14. And knocking on the door, Caleb Hoke.
That'll be first and 10 for CAK from the 15-yard line.
You know, give Rick Russo credit for his knowledge. Special teams make such a difference. You got to give the guy a little credit. You know, he's been covering Dave Meskey for 42 years. Trout, the quarterback. They'll hand off, breaking a tackle, and not the second one is Dario Love, and taken down by Bonifacio.
This is just a jailbreak right here. I mean, hit by one, and then as soon as he spins out of it, there are 4, 5 more gray jerseys.
Cooper Cameron
coming through.
Loss of 6 yards. Moves the football back to the 20 and a second down and 16.
CAK, after that return, needs to find pay dirt here to stay with Webb.
Yeah, you can't kick field goals and hang with this Webb team. Trout will play fake, look to throw.
That's a good safe pass that's going to make this third and manageable, Mark. I like the play call. It gets it back to where it's third and manageable. At 3rd and 16, I'm not sure they have that play with the backup quarterback, but right here.
Well, this is their go-to play. It's just a short little pattern to Caleb Hoke. They've already run it 3 or 4 times. They get about half of it back, and it brings up 3rd down and 9. And as much as you don't want to settle for 3, if you don't convert here, you may have to. Trout rolls right. Sets up, gets some pressure, rolls left, can run if he wants, will turn it up, gets about half of that back, and a 4th down and 5 coming up for the Warriors.
You kicking here, or you going for this?
I'm probably going. I'm probably going because I know I can't beat this team with field goals. I'm rolling right and telling my quarterback, run if you see green turf. Trout will look to throw. Overthrows his receiver.
And there comes a late flag. A late flag on a bail out CAK. Give the Warriors a 1st down.
Eric Kane, the 3rd member of our team, a Humana sideline report, just a bit outside.
Yeah, just a little bit, but I don't have a monitor in front of me, guys, so you have to correct me if I say something wrong, but it looked like Niedorf held the receiver there. And
good call.
Just a little bit more on the vertical, and he could have gotten
penalty is half the distance to the goal, remains 4th down.
Yeah, and Eric, you're exactly right. His right hand, he had the jersey and almost the top of the pants, if you will, holding the receiver down so he couldn't go up to get the ball.
And now 4th and inches.
Fourth and inches and probably 6 yards given back on a false start.
5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
And now they're going to kick. So they'll run out Shepard Gaston for a 27-yard field goal attempt to put the Warriors on the board. From the right hash, kick is up, and a sidewinder goes through, and CAK is on the board at 7-3. Well, our Cheer Dance Spotlight is brought to you by Exterior Home Solutions for roofing, siding, and windows. Think Exterior Home Solutions as they honor our kids all over East Tennessee. And tonight it's all of the Spartan senior cheerleaders. Brought to you by Exterior Home Solutions. Mark Packer along with Austin Price up in the friendly confines of the open-air press box at Webb. And is it as dark as I think it is? We're about to need lights. And that's where we are. We got A.J. LaPerche and Jim Martin up here running cameras for us tonight. Zach Nelson's hanging out over here. Joe McNish in the background. The Kings all back together again.
They are. They're all back together again. We've irised up. We now look like we're no longer in a cave.
7-3 is the score right now as Webb has the lead. And for CAK, kind of a sister-kissing decision, and they'll go for the onside kick. The ball is free. I think Webb's got it. And I think Webb was anticipating that.
Riverboat Gambler here. Almost faked the punt earlier. Now he goes for the onside kick. That tells you what Mosingo knows. He has to steal a possession or two.
A possession or 3, yeah. Coming up on the LMU halftime report, our Matlock kick for tires. By the way, you see the production unit down there on the bottom right. How cool is that view? That's our crew parking and the production unit, and then the press boxes right there. That's a neat shot. No bands tonight. So we've got FCA here tonight, a Friday night preview, and then a special presentation at the end of halftime that I can't tell you about because someone would go tell Dave Mesky about. The CAK Drive 5 plays 19 yards, a 27-yard field goal.
Brought down by number CAK Warriors.
Tell you what, Hill has just got really good feet. He showcased them right there on that run. Nimble feet, able to get in there, change directions a couple of times, pick up a quick 9 yards.
You know, not that it matters because you're not Travis Mozingo, but do you agree with the onside kick?
Yes.
I mean, I completely.
If you feel like you've got to do that to win this football game, you do what you need to do to win the football game.
Yeah.
obviously an attempted fake punt early that went awry, and now an onside kick that was not good enough, you know, are things that he thought he had to do.
Well, they bring in the big guy, number 72 for Webb, Jay Wade, a senior, 6'3", 290. Bring him at left tackle. And Travis knew that. I mean, we talked about it this week. He just said, I understand where we are right now. First down and 10. They'll feel some pressure and they'll get him.
Ball, did he get it back? He lost the ball for just a moment. Coming around the edge was 6, McCray Gwynn. And then 13, Eli Campbell.
Thought he was going to get rid of the football quickly, but he just couldn't. And also in there,
52.
Eli Etherton, the first man there, and a loss of 8 yards will make it second down and 18.
These are the plays Mozingo knows his defense has to make. Put Webb in 3rd and long, and then even then, they can still make plays that you know, get first downs.
Jalen Hill off right tackle.
So that brings up 3rd down and about 15.
That'll bring up 3rd and 16.
3rd and 16.
Alexander Glass wearing number 25 for CAK.
And he's just a sophomore.
Big play here for the CAK defense. 2 minutes to go in the quarter, down 7-3, 3rd and 16. They will bring the house. They'll throw it deep. There's that 9th grader, knocked away. Is that a flag at the 9?
No.
Or is that just a yellow spot on the field?
A leaf.
It is a leaf. It's yellow.
Number 17, Jacob Dunn on the coverage.
It is. Look at the 9-yard line. There's like a yellow. It looked like a yellow flag.
Number 24, Howley Engler, out to punt.
First incompletion of the game. He was 3 for 3, and nice coverage here. 19 yards on 3 for 3. But look at the coverage for CAK by Jacob Dunn. Low bouncing punt. And down to about the 10-yard line. And CAK would love to start this drive and take it all the way to halftime. Well, our thanks to OEB Law for their continued support of high school football. Billy Sevier, one of the attorneys in the background. You see him back there, the swashbuckling attorney in the back with all the Webb cheerleaders. Tim Elrod is over at Coalfield tonight, giving $1,000 over there as Coalfield plays tonight. Our thanks to OEB Law.
Tim very envious of Billy's hair.
7-3, they'll go to the ground. Run that clock. Jay Duncan. Fun game we had a week ago.
It was. We'll see what Gibbs can do tomorrow night. They play a Fulton team that, if, again, I said this in the pregame show, if they beat Fulton, then they get the real inside track on a home playoff game, which would be funny because
they don't have a home stadium. The home's been imploded.
But if you go back, we did that game a year ago, and Marmar scored about 64 touchdowns. 55 were called back, but still.
Incomplete pass as they go back to the well again. As Trout tries to go back to Caleb Hoke. I think actually that Fulton Gibbs game, if I remember right, there were 10 touchdowns scored in the first half. 5 of them counted.
Yeah, I mean, I was exaggerating, but the point was simple. I think at one point he scored a touchdown. They called it back. Next play, he scored a touchdown. They called it back. Next play, he scored a touchdown, and we were just like laughing at this point.
The officials weren't even running.
Total missed tackles and the 3 touchdowns were 74.
Yeah. By the way, the first incompletion of the night right there. He was 6 for 6, now 6 for 7. We'll try to run for it. And will not get there. Tackled at the 18-yard line. A gain of 4 will bring up a 4th down and 3.
Cooper Cameron, good-looking kid, 6'3", 215. Just a junior.
So instead of taking the And I said that CAK wanted to take the possession all the way to halftime. They didn't even get to the end of the first quarter. A 3 and out. Second punt of the night.
We'll see where the snap is this time. Another high snap would be disastrous for the Warriors.
Quentin Stone is the punter.
Nice snap.
Good snap here. A low, unreturnable punt because it went straight out of bounds. Well, great shots all year long. DHIL.photo. You can take a look back at any one of our Rivalry Thursday games, but not only just the football. Pictures of the band, pictures of cheerleaders, pictures of dance teams, students. DHIL.photo. Scan the QR code. Well, I'm sure Joe McNish is about to feverishly write down something that says the Webb starting field position tonight. And he is grabbing the card right now to write that down. First down and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw across the middle. Shadar Young on the catch down at the 30. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Webb with a 7-3 lead after one second quarter. After this on FCA's Rivalry Thursday, presented by Pilot.
Rivalry Thursday is brought to you by Pilot Company, Ted Russell Ford, Food City, and Lincoln Memorial University.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
125 years ago, LMU was born out of the desire to provide opportunity to the underserved, a living memorial to a great president who believed knowledge was a transformative force. Over the decades, we've prepared students for careers in medicine, education, nursing, business, and law, so they can go serve their communities. While a lot has changed over the past 125 years, our mission has not. Values, education, service. This is Lincoln Memorial University.
Hi, I'm Laura Ash. I'm a State Farm agent in Farragut. I've been an agent here for 14 years and I'd love to earn your business. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. We're there for you if you're buying a home, a car, or you have a teenager that's starting to drive. We can help with all of that. We'd love to earn your business.
When it comes to the game of football, teamwork is critical for success. When it comes to customer service and business, that team approach is just as critical. That's why we're such believers in our friends at Exterior Home Solutions. We have seen firsthand how Exterior Home Solutions has supported our community and treats their customers just like family. So when it comes to roofing, siding, or maybe a complete overhaul, please make Exterior Home Solutions your first and only call.
Community banking is about location and much more. It's about family. We reside in your community. We are a part of your community. At Commercial Bank, our commitment extends beyond the walls of our branches. It's displayed each day in the opportunities we provide, the money we give back, and the time we commit, all to help improve the lives of the people, families, and businesses that make our communities great. Commercial Bank, life made better.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Rivalry Thursday is brought to you in part by Knoxville Orthopedic Clinics, proud orthopedic provider for the Rivalry Showcase.
Second quarter is brought to you by Fellowship of Christian Athletes, changing the lives of athletes all over Tennessee day by day. And our thanks to our State Farm agents, Jessica Green, Laura Ash, Scotty Dykes, and Jeanette Rogers, for their continued support as t-shirts thrown out to kids at schools all over East Tennessee. Start of the second quarter, Webb up 7-3, and knocking on the door inside, well, actually at the 30, a second down and 2. Man in motion, they'll look to throw to the outside. Very well read. Can they get him down to the ground? Well, a gain of maybe one that should have been nothing. Take a look at the first quarter stats brought to you by OEB Law. Is that the shot you're looking for?
That's back over towards CAK, home of the Warriors.
What stands out to you on the stats?
That it's fairly even, but Webb had a short field on their touchdown drive, and that's kind of why they have a 7-3 lead, and Webb was able to hold CAK.
So a 3rd down and 1 now at the 29-yard line. CAK almost had the runner for a loss of a couple of yards, but just slipped away. Quarterback will keep it himself. Will get the first down. A couple of yards and a first down for the Spartans.
Webb scored 7 in the first. If CAK can hold them to another 7 in the second, and it's only 14 to even 3, that's a real win through the first half. And Webb's been scoring at an all-time pace to start this football season, and putting up points, putting up yards. And at this point, CAK slowed him down a little bit.
Handoff up the right side, blocker in front. They'll get some yards inside the 20, down to the 18. Call that a gain of 9 yards and into the D1 red zone.
Yeah, that's Jalen Hill on the run, eventually tackled by Caleb Hoke, and a couple of different Warriors who get in on this one.
That'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Spartans from the 18-yard line.
Second down and 1 at the 18-yard line. 5th play of the drive. Jalen Hill has touched the football a number of times, not this time. They'll throw it across the middle. They'll look high, overthrow the receiver just a bit, but Barrett should have had it.
Yeah, he should have. That was a nicely thrown ball. I thought it was going to settle on him, then all of a sudden just kind of looped in. Shows a really good touch. Watch this thing. Is right in the hands. Oh,
yeah, that's
right.
that's not overthrown. I got that one wrong.
Well, it looked like it was going to be overthrown, and then all of a sudden it took a nosedive. It was a really well thrown, really well executed and thrown pass by Robinson.
They're down a yard at the 18. They'll go right up the middle. I don't know.
He did not get that. It doesn't look like to me.
Mason Huddleston with the run up the middle. No gain on the play and a 4th down. With Craig Gwynn and a few of his friends in on that tackle.
At bare minimum, I try to draw him off sides here.
Well, Dave may have been coaching 42 years, but he's still fiery and still the riverboat gambler himself.
At some point, he's going to give the ball to Shamar Young on a sweep, on a jet sweep.
There he goes. Nope, he's gone too fast. They'll run right up the middle. They will get the first down.
Charles Robinson, the Tom Brady of high school quarterback sneaks. 2 for 2 tonight.
That'll be good for Webb starting first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans from the 17-yard line.
First down at the 17, we'll call it. 9 minutes to go, first half, 7-3 Webb. They'll hand it up the left side again. There's that defense.
Number 6, Jalen Hill on the carry. Brought down by a number of CAK Warriors.
Big number 75, Eli Milam, 6'4", 230.
That'll bring up 2nd and 8 from the 15-yard line.
9th play of the drive for Webb. These are back to the days of old. Long drives. Well, they are. Robinson, the quarterback, gets some pressure, looking to throw. Going to be taken down from behind, back at the 25-yard line.
Same man of earlier, Eli Etherton.
I thought you were going to say Eli Hubbs after last week. You said it every play.
Eli Etherton. Got home. Second sack of the night for Eli Etherton.
Yeah.
Making an early push to be the 6-star MVP.
Boy, he tried to knock that ball away. kind of grabbed him with the left arm and swung over the top with the right. Now a 3rd down and 18. Looking to throw, getting some pressure across the middle, and the defense is there. A gain of 1. Nice tackle by Dario Love, and a 4th down for the Spartans. You would anticipate a field goal attempt, but it would be essentially a field goal attempt of 41 yards from here. Not many high schools have kickers that can go 41 yards. Fourth down and 17. Robinson, the quarterback, has time. Across the middle. Overthrows the receiver. There are no flags. We will take a break. CAK bending, not breaking. Down 7-3.
Okay.
Here was Shane Baker.
Seven to 3 Webb here on FCA's Rivalry Thursday, presented by Pilot Company. Gorgeous shots from Scotty Liston vision.
I love when Scotty goes like directly above the action, like a mile in the sky. That actually looks so neat, that angle. Like just straight above it.
So for Webb, they get down inside the 20 and then they falter there. CAK as the underdog is just hanging around.
Hanging around the chicken coop.
Quick little throw. Blockers in front. Down the sideline. A 1st down. Pickup of 11 yards as they continue to feed Caleb Hope, who I need on my fantasy football team since Dak Prescott's out for 2 months. Thank you very much.
Only in a PPR league.
First down at the 36. They'll look to throw. Has all kinds of time. Almost glad that one was incomplete. Well, Frank is not here. Jared is here tonight. Ryan is the stylist. And guys, who have we got down here for the Gamboozas Game Night Makeover? Who are we working on?
Well, Mark, we've got Weiler here. He's a junior here at Webb School, and he's agreed to be our our lucky recipient of the evening. So Ryan from our North Shore location is going to get him taken care of, and we're going to do some fun stuff.
You know, that looks like a junior Brent Hubbs. What are you doing to him?
Ryan, what you got to take that for us, bud?
Well, we're going to kind of take him out of this bedhead look here. So we're going to get him nice and short, cleaned up, and then we're going to give him a little bit of a style to it, too.
Well, this ought to be interesting. Nothing will beat last week, as we had Dustin Minado. That was good stuff, wasn't it?
It was good stuff. His wife was much appreciative. I saw him in Pittsburgh, and I said, "How did you get it to look like you did?" He goes, "Well, they showed me how to do it." And,
that's it.
And so, thus, he was able to replicate it. Not probably as good as Thursday night, but still pretty solid on Saturday.
Awesome. That's great to hear.
All right, guys, make it happen. We'll see you again at halftime.
You got it. Thanks, Mark.
Defense number 72.
First down.
Penalty results in a first down.
How big is that? A 3rd down and 4. And those are the kinds of things that drive Dave Meskey crazy. He's got his arms crossed, looking down at the ground. Does not like giving 5 yards and a first down. First down and 10 at the 47-yard line. Junior quarterback, short little passes. They continue to feed. Same guy, Caleb Hoke and Eric Kane, they're going back to the well over and over.
I mean, as they should. They're hanging around this ball game. They're moving the football, and that's kind of the message on the CAK sideline right now. It's just, hey, keep chipping away, keep chipping away. If they are going to give it to you, take it. And that's kind of what CAK is doing right now. They just took a penalty, got a first down, and moving the football.
Yeah, hanging around, 2nd down and 7 after a gain of 3. They'll pitch this one out. Here's the speed from the big guy. He'll get the first down almost to the 40. Looks like out at the 41-yard line. As Jay Duncan says, don't forget about me.
I like the pitch outside. It was blocked well out on the edge.
Sean Alexander.
Duncan, yeah. That's a great comparison. It also shows you, like, when you put a certain number on a kid, just how different they look.
Oh, there's no question.
You put him in 2, what's he look like?
By the way,
37.
Look at what's happening on the bottom right of your screen. I'm telling you, he may get a prom date out of this. Just saying. First down and 10 at the 42. They'll go back off left tackle, only a gain of 2 yards. Football comes out. They will say the ball was blown dead at the 41-yard line.
Was he down? We're going to take another look here with our Conor McAnota fumble vision camera. Here it is. Jay Duncan twisting, turning. The Spartans are ripping at it. It's out, Mark. It's out.
Hang on. His forward progress is stopped. He was going backwards.
No, they didn't blow the whistle, did they? They said he was down. There's a difference between forward progress, stop, and down.
You know me. I will always defend the officials. Gain of 1 on the play as Austin goes silent. Football at the 41. Trout looking to throw. Has time. Catch is made. No gain on the play. I will say this. That CAK offensive line is giving the junior quarterback all kinds of time.
Yeah, he's had lots of time. I agreed.
Nice job up front. I'd like to see him go downfield a little bit more. Clock approaching 5 minutes to go in the first half in what is turning into a good old rock fight. We need to check back in on the Brent Hubbs Jr. transformation down on the sideline. And
that's not who I think this kid looks like.
Game night makeover. Trout looking to throw. Will take a shot downfield. Single coverage.
He got him. Oh, he dropped
it. Just dropped the football. Sloan Helton. What a throw, man. What a throw. Just a bit overthrown. Would have been a great catch. I'm punting here. I understand you think you got to go, but yeah, you take a timeout here. 4:37 to go in the first half. You're hanging around. I'm not giving Webb a short field.
No, I agree. You've got away with giving them short fields to this point. They've only scored 7 points.
By the way, a break here from our friends at Dynabody. You might recognize this guy.
Here with Shane Begnaud, a familiar name with Dynabody. Shane, tell me, you guys are in so many high schools and middle school gyms. How many would you even guess to say that Dynabody's equipping?
I'd say right now we're probably overall the upper hundreds. We've done a lot of schools, and recently been in North Carolina, Georgia, even here locally in Tennessee.
So if somebody locally has a gym and they want to upgrade their equipment, what's your suggestion? What's your advice?
Just contact us. We can do anything. We take trade-ins. We deliver, set up everything, whatever you want, we can supply.
All the information online at dynabody.com. Shane, always good to see you, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
By the way, the game night makeover by Big Gamboozles is going spectacularly well. And I'm waiting as we show Austin's hair on the double box, I believe. Is there anything that can be done to your hair where we could have you be a game night makeover?
No, I've got to grow it out, and I'm not doing it. I hate when my hair gets long. When it starts touching my ears, I'm done.
I'm just saying, I get my hair cut Tuesday. It's not a game night makeover. It's actually my haircut at Gamboozles, but it's coming on Tuesday. 4th down and 9 as the Warriors line up to punt, and it looks as though they will. A short end-over-end punt that will bounce down at about the 12-yard line, 13 maybe. The 13-yard line is finally where they'll mark it down. Mark this down on your calendar, October the 24th. FCA's Night of Influence. Mark Richt, former Georgia head coach. Inspirational night. Mark that down. Be a part of the event with us. And Knoxville Expo Center over on Clinton Highway, where that'll be.
Let's take a look at the game night makeover, by the way. Let's see how that's going. I love when we pop that up in the lower right-hand portion of the screen.
need to trim the bangs just a little bit. 4.5 minutes to go. I'll hand off up the middle. The tackle made again by Eli Etherton.
Again, early leader for the MVP if CAK were to pull this out. One, because the defense is doing it, and Etherton has been very active.
Are you only giving it to Eli just because Eli probably should have gotten it last week, but Eli Hubbs didn't get it, so you feel obligated to give it to an Eli this week?
The people at Gibbs have been ragging Eli Hubbs all week, saying I was giving him the business during the broadcast and all this stuff. I said, no. Packer said, has he done enough to deserve the MVP? I said, no. And then he made like 6 straight plays and a touchdown.
Well, I know this, that Eli Etherton has had a great game tonight and needs a big play here, a 3rd down and 4. You wonder if Webb will take a shot. They'll throw across the middle, and that one could have been intercepted as Jacob Dunn was in position, and a 3-and-out by this high-powered Webb offense. It's just been sputtering, and now you start seeing the looks of frustration.
Well, they've been so high octane to this point. This first time all year they've kind of hit a little bit of a wall.
3rd punt of the night. Oh, and they came after it.
Great field position here for CAK.
Yeah, nice low-hanging punt. 27 yards, but CAK gets good field position. Well, the E2 Sports Scholar Athlete of the game is that guy, Chris Cook, a senior from CAK. 4.28 GPA. Our 2 Scholar athletes tonight combined for a GPA of 9. That's the highest I've ever seen combined.
So the other one's a 4.72?
Yes. 3:23 to go, first half. By the way, I'm impressed with your math there.
Please. Plus, I'm an addition and subtraction wizard.
Looking to throw. Cross the middle. How about the nice
there he is.
play?
That's our guy for the Webb defense. He's been doing it all night long. Cooper Cameron, number 9.
Eric Kane, boy, he just salivates when he sees a linebacker make a play like that.
Absolutely, but In terms of this offense for CAK, I think the key is to do well on first downs. Now, obviously, that wasn't, drawing up, but they've continued to move the football and keep drives alive when they've been in the plus category on first down. And if you can get any type of points here before the half, that is a major win for CAK.
Sure it is. Sure it is. 2nd down and 9. He could run if he wants, and he will now. He'll tuck and will spin down. That could be a Joe Newbrick collision of the game nominee, by the way.
He spun right into getting speared, but it allowed him to get an extra yard or two.
Michael Pemberton coming from behind, 58, bearing down and making the tackle. By the way, the Matlock Kick for Tires is coming up here in a few minutes. We've had a winner this year. Have we had 2 or 1 winner so far? Is it just 1?
Just 1.
1? Okay.
We're about to have 2, though. Maybe 3. We might have 2 tonight.
3rd down and 3.
What's that mean?
Third down and
Teaser.
3rd down and 3, under 2 minutes to go. Webb brings the house. He can run again. Could have had a tougher run after that one. You're trying to get a first down there.
Cooper Cameron laying him out.
You get a punt again?
No. And 1:51 to go. I mean, you're at the 34-yard line, or whatever it is. 38-yard line.
38. 4th down and 4.5. Just going to take a timeout, talk about it. Travis Mazingo wants to discuss this with the coaching staff. What do we do here? 1:51 to go. Well, if you have a student, you hear me say this, and I've said it for years, that ACT test, that score is so important. Schools have raised their merit scholarships. Lottery dollars have gone up for a score of 21 and above, and schools are back to requiring ACT for admission. So the training that you will get from Coons Cram Course for your student could be worth thousands of dollars to you and your family in scholarship dollars. Class is right around the corner. Look online at cramcourse.org or give them a shout, 865-387-0815, and do it now, Eric Kane. Now I say.
Hey, we got the Matlock Kick for Tire coming up here in a couple of minutes. One of the favorite things that I've done and been a part of Rivalry Thursday, we've had some guys make it as well. So we've got the students lining up down here, getting ready to get going, and should be a fun one. It's always entertaining whether it goes in or it misses by quite a wide margin.
Kid making it?
I don't know yet. I haven't met the kid. So that's, Tony's got an eye for talent, so we'll have to see.
Okay. Yeah, well, they're punting, by the way. At least they're lining up to punt. 4th punt of the night, 1:51 to go.
Webb has to stay disciplined because a false start or an offsides would give CAK the first down.
Well, I'm not. Oh, they're going to fake it off left tackle, and they will not get it.
Again, line up and run a regular play.
Yeah. So they lost
you
yardage.
Fake that. You see Corey Rathbone right there, former CAK running back, but you did that earlier in the game. So, and they saw it. So I mean, were they really shocked that time when they snapped it to Duncan?
Obviously not, because as soon as they snapped it, here came everybody wearing dark green jerseys. Are those dark green or black?
It's gray.
Are they gray?
Like a charcoal
I
gray.
can't tell. They could be dark green.
Charcoal gray, black, whatever you want to call it. It's not green.
1st and 10 at the 40. Going to air this one out, looking deep, and there's that 9th grader offered by everybody in the country. Shavar Young on a pass deep into CAK territory.
Quickly into CAK territory, almost into the D1 red zone.
That's what
Robinson goes up top, and Young just waits on it.
Yeah, that's what we've been. Is he offered by everybody?
He's going to be.
Inside handoff. Look out here. Looking for the end zone and finding it. Touchdown, Jalen Hill from 23 yards, and that quickly Webb goes up 2 possessions at 13-3.
I said at the start of the quarter, if you went to halftime, even down 14-3, you'd feel pretty decent about the first half you had defensively. But the way this quarter's played out and the fact that you had the ball with 1:30 to go probably makes you feel like you got a bit of a gut punch, right?
Yeah.
This is a tough one to swallow if you're CAK. 2 big plays for Webb, And you wonder if that kind of gets the momentum rolling in the second half, although CAK does get the ball to start the second half.
It happens so many times that the underdog is just kind of hanging on and hanging on. And how long can they hang in there? They had those opportunities, and then just that quickly, it goes to 14-3. 1:15 to go in the first half. How about this drive? 2 plays, 60 yards. That is Webb Spartan football these days.
Before it was 2 plays, Todd Kelly Jr. going 64 yards on the ground. Now it's, throwing it to Shavar Young and then Hill untouched up the middle.
.115 to go first half. The Warriors with a return from the 5-yard line. Special teams would sure be nice to capitalize on. And nice field position out past the 30, about the 33-yard line. 28 yards on the return. Is that the shot you're looking for, Austin?
Love that shot. Love it. Although if you flip it to the other side, it looks like an M.
LMU halftime report. Our Matlock Kick for Tires, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Friday preview with the voice of the Bobcats, who's going to be totally confused tonight, Zach Nelson, because last year he was the voice of the Heritage Mountaineers. They play each other tomorrow, and he doesn't know who he's going to scream louder for on Diamond Clear Media. Handoff right up the gut, and just a couple of yards.
I just figured it. From this point of view, it's a W for Webb, but if you flip it to the other side, like Scotty was slowly going, it's an M for Meskey. See, I mean, it's a win-win.
I'm sure they planned it that way. By the way, have you seen a bigger cheerleader squad than Webb's got? I mean, how many girls have 40 down there?
It's quite a few.
Thank you for that analysis.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a head counter. I mean, Jimmy Himes is the great head counter. If you go to the stadium press box at Neyland, he'll be like, there's 84,212. I'm like, what? What? Jimmy is the quickest head counter on the earth.
This is true. 20 seconds to go first half. Once again, CAK will get the football to start the second half. Handoff off right tackle, and that should be the last play of the first half. And it appears, by the way, that our Matlock Kick for Tires is the entire student body at Webb, as Tony Budnick, don't call me Tone Loke, is leading them out onto the field.
He's escorting them out of the field.
Yes, he is. So Joe Matlock is here tonight. Eric Kane is out there. The team can't even make their way off the field because so many kids are out there for the Matlock Kick for Tires. And with the way they're sauntering off, one of them might get drilled in the back.
Meskey's trying to do a quick scout here to see if he needs to add anybody to the roster in the second half.
Okay, there they are, sauntering off. Okay, Joe Matlock's got company, by the way. Who is a CAK alum, I might add, Eric Kane.
First of all, there's a lot going on down here. I can't hear myself talk, so that's funny. So who do we have here helping us out here today?
This is my special guest, my cousin Clark. Can you say hi, Clark?
All right, and CAK alum?
I am a CAK alum. She goes to Webb, so a little rivalry.
Little family rivalry. All right, we got Camden here. Camden, you're not a kicker, are you?
No.
You play baseball?
Yeah.
All right, so you think you're good from 35 yards?
Let's hope.
All right, let's see what it is. All right, let's get it. This is the Matlock Tires Kick for Tires. Of course, if he nails it, he gets a set of 3 tires.
He said, let's see what it is.
I think Tony should run out there and try to block it.
It is what it is.
Tonight, not going to lie. But, hey, still a whole lot of fun out here for the Matlock Kick for Tires every single week right here on Rivalry Thursday. LMU halftime report is coming up next. Webb leads CAK 14-3 at the half.
Somebody almost got drilled.
What time do they come back?
Rivalry Thursday is brought to you by Commercial Bank, Humana, E2 Sports, and OEB Law.
Do you want top-of-the-line fitness equipment for home, school, or work? New or reconditioned, Dynabody in Maryville has everything you need to build that gym. Used equipment brands include Paramount, Life Fitness, Nautilus, Hammer Strength, and Precor. Reach for the power with Dynabody.
Matlock Tire has a reputation for being a little bit old school. We're proud to be known for our outstanding hometown customer service. We've been doing things that way for over 60 years. But Matlock now offers new modern conveniences, such as family-friendly waiting areas, online appointment scheduling. You can even shop for tires and see our current stock right from your computer or smartphone. We invite you to stop into one of our 5 convenient locations or come see us online at matlocktireservice.com. Modern convenience, hometown service. Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Costad. Dr. Malone and I here at Knoxville Smiles are here to help you with any of your dental needs, whether it's a routine cleaning, a root canal, or if you just want some advice. Did you know that you don't have to settle for a denture anymore? My team and Dr. Malone are here to help you no matter where you're at and to help you figure out the truth for your dental health. So give us a call or visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Hi, I'm Annie Jones. I'm the owner of Top Flight Athletics in Kingston.
Hi, I'm Rob Black, Athletic Director at Fulton High School.
When it comes to apparel and uniforms for our girls, quality and efficiency are most important. So I've got a lot of cheer moms to deal with.
When we think of apparel and equipment vendors, we're thinking about people who we can trust and people that we have a relationship with, and someone that will make sure we get what we want when we want it, and it'll look the way that we designed it.
That and the fact that they are locally owned is the reason that we do business with E2 Sports.
E2 Sports has been that for us, and that's who we're in partnership with right now, and couldn't be more proud to do so.
Reach for the power with Dynabody. New Dynabody workout equipment is made right here in Tennessee and shipped across the country. Right now, get heavy savings during our fall clearance. Go online to Dynabody.com or call to get started today.
Being a State Farm agent for over 30 years, I've walked alongside my customers through the most monumental times of their lives. I get to see the joyous moments, but also some of the challenging ones as well. Being able to be there for all of them is a great privilege. Being a mother and new grandmother myself, I can relate to my customers on a personal level. I know how important it is to have the right coverage for your family. Whether you're buying a new car, home, or starting a family, as a State Farm agent, I get the opportunity of being part of all of that. State Farm is here to help you recover from the risk of everyday life and the unexpected. An example is a claim my insured had. A huge tree fell on his house. I went over to help. While we were out in the yard looking at the damage, it looked like a bomb went off. The neighbors gathered and they asked who I was, and he said proudly, "My State Farm agent." They smiled at each other and burst into laughter and started singing, "Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there." As I drove home, I was very proud to think I was a good neighbor and I was there for my customer. East Tennessee brings me so much joy. Our community feels more like a family, and I love being a part of it in those roots and values. The mentality translates into our office each and every day. We work hard to provide top-notch customer service and make our customers feel welcome and feel like family. Being a State Farm agent for over 30 years, I've walked alongside my customers through all their life stages. Saving you money on your insurance is something I take pride in, but earning your trust is something I value just as much. You can count on me to be there through all life's joyous moments.
Welcome to the Rivalry Thursday Halftime Report, brought to you by Lincoln Memorial University.
Welcome back to Dave Meskey Stadium as Dave Meskey's Webb Spartans up 14-3 on CAK as we have reached halftime. Trying to hang around the chicken coop as best they can as CAK, but finally at the very end it was Webb with a nice touchdown and a 2-possession lead. All right, time now for the LMU Halftime Report. There are no bands playing tonight, which gives us the opportunity to focus on our friends from Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And down on the sideline, Arbor Diggs, who's on the right, and Brandon Kennedy, who is on the left. Brandon, first up, I'll start with you. You guys are hanging around. You couldn't get to halftime.
Yeah, that was, we're just going to keep making plays and just stop hurting ourselves, just kind of execute on our end.
Brandon, I know that football helps shape you to who you are today. How important are athletics to helping young men and women?
Yeah, thanks, Mark. It's hard to put into words really how football shaped and formed me. And I can sit here today and stand here on this field just knowing that I wouldn't be standing here talking to you right now if it wasn't for football, because the genesis moment for me was I can trace it all the way back to the fact that football introduced me to my best friend. My best friend brought me to church. Church introduced me to Jesus, and that changed my life. And so when I think about how athletics is a tool and an instrument used by Jesus, there's an opportunity at FCA to impact and influence every athlete and coach in the name of Jesus. And so it just gets me fired up. How about you, Arbor?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't play football, of course, but athletics changed my entire life, and the people around me brought me closer.
Your husband played football, former quarterback at Fulton, who was an awfully good one, by the way. That's the reason your last name is Dick. You handle all of the students at Webb. I know there's a lot of exciting things going right here on this campus.
For sure. So I'm actually staring at most of my students now. It's the best job in the world to work with all the high schools, but thankfully Webb as well. I have an amazing servant team, the leadership team. We meet on Wednesdays, and they run the entire huddle themselves on Friday. So all I get to do is behind the scenes pouring into them and discipling them, and they turn it around and do it all to their school. So it's disciples making disciples.
Arbor, a year ago we mentioned for the very first time the Worthy Nights for high school girls. And we didn't know how many girls were going to show up.
Yeah.
You did the first one, last Sunday night, and boy, what a start to this year.
For sure. 175 girls showed up at Hunter Valley Farm for FCA Worthy Nights. A year before, it was 75, so the Lord's just blown it, and we're ready to see what he does.
That's awesome. Okay, well, guys, I'm going to kick you out here because we've got the Dizzy Bat Race, which I hope we're set up for down there. I believe, okay, we are set up, so we're going to go to Eric Kane for the Dizzy Bat Race.
All right, it's a real deal down here. They've been waiting, and they are ready. It's the FCA Dizzy Bat Race. We've got Bennett over here with CAK. We got Caitlin over here from Webb. They know the rules, and the winner gets this prize pack from FCA. All right, so just grab the pylon. We had to go over the rules because we had some disputes. On your mark, get set, go. Good effort. I'm just glad they didn't hit one another. That about gave me a heart attack. It is the FCA Dizzy Bat Race every Thursday right here on the LMU Halftime Report. More coming up, 14-3.
I enjoyed it. It was actually a lot of fun. Like who's... Okay. One, two, three. 3, 2, 1. Yes, sir. Of course, the night I don't have as many notes.
Well, as we clear our throats, the halftime score, Webb has a 14-3 lead over CAK on FCA's Rivalry Thursday, presented by Pilot Company. The LMU halftime report continues from Dave Meskey Stadium, and we're going to head back down to the sideline for our Gamboozas game night makeover. Jared and Ryan are here, and this is not even the same kid. He had so much hair on his forehead. His forehead is like a golfer who wore a hat, and it's white.
Yeah, Ryan here absolutely took Weiler from bedhead to red carpet. So it's a win. He's not a sucker after all.
So tell us what you did here. I mean, because legitimately, this is not even the same kid.
Well, we just kind of gave him a really good overall classic shape, but he can still wear it roughed up and have that lived-in look that he prefers. But for our purposes this evening, we wanted to prove that he could be buttoned up and polished if need be.
By the way, what location is Ryan at?
Ryan is in our North Shore location, and we are also at downtown West Boulevard, and we'd love to take care of everybody. We're working really hard to keep Knoxville handsome.
Sounds good. Well, I'm not handsome, but I go to Gamboozas. I'll be there Tuesday. I'm plastering this stuff down right now, so I'm going to get it cut Tuesday. I'll see you there, okay?
You're more handsome because of Gamboozas, though.
Yeah, it's sad without Gamboozas. Okay, guys, thank you. Friday night, tomorrow night, there are a number of key games in Week 5 of the high school football season, and kind of like moving day, if you will. Zach Nelson is here to tell us the games that Diamond Clear Media will have for us tomorrow night. What would a key night tomorrow?
Huge night tomorrow night for us here on DiamondClearMedia.com, Mark. Thanks for having us here on the Dave Meskey Retirement Tour. We'll first take a look over in a big region matchup, a pair of 4-0 teams. Get it going over at Sevier County. It is West taking on the Sevier County Smoky Bears. Both teams out to a 4-0 start, as West is out to a 4-0 or a 5-0 start, looking for their 4th season in a row, as Sevier County looking to get to 5-0 for the first time since 2009. West wins their game at an average of 27.25 points per game, but Sevier County, a lot of tight contests. We saw that one earlier here on Rivalry Thursday this season. 8.25 points per game for Sevier County.
Man.
Huge game, big stakes to get a Class 5A Region 2 title. And then also Gibbs is at Fulton. The No Stadium Tour makes a stop at Fulton this week. First-year head coach Jeff McMillan gets a crack at Boone Brockwell and the Eagles. This could determine the number 2 seed in Class 4A Region 2. And then Powell and Clinton should be a fantastic one as well. Powell looking to string together wins and get above 500 for the first time this season.
Yeah.
They take on a big upcoming Clinton Dragon squad.
Yeah.
Should be a fun night for you tomorrow night on DiamondClearMedia.com.
Yeah, there are some interesting games there. And by the way, you know, we always say go to the games, okay? Go to the games, support the schools, buy your ticket, buy a hot dog, buy a drink. But use that phone and be looking back and forth at all those games. That's what I do. I'll be on the road tomorrow watching a lot of those. Zach, good luck with your call tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mark.
All right, sounds good. Time now for our FCA's Heart of a Champion. And this week, Austin takes us over to Halls.
Here at Halls with Caden Earl. Caden playing linebacker. Just kind of take me through your, play in, play out progression, kind of what you're in charge of, and how much do you feel like you lead this defense?
I'm the quarterback of the defense, so I get the calls in, make sure the D-line knows what they're doing, and my linebackers know. Then I get the coverage call for the DBs. I think I lead the defense pretty well. Everyone respects me, so I'm a pretty good leader with the defense.
What do you think, you like best about being that leader on defense?
The respect thing. Everyone respects me, and I respect my teammates, and they just love me, so I think it's just really good.
Most linebackers love contact. They love to be a tackle machine. Is that you?
Yeah, that's me for sure. I love to tackle.
What kind of, brought that on? At what point did you kind of fall in love with that position?
In youth league, I've played linebacker since I was 7 years old, so I've been playing for a while, and I just love the contact, so it's really just been when I was little.
Hall's got a lot of tradition over a lot of years. What's your favorite part about playing here, and what's it mean to you?
Walking down the steps and running through the H for pregame is probably the best feeling ever with the band going. We have one of the best bands around, so it gives me chills down my spine every time we come down here for a home game. It's amazing.
What's your favorite part of football?
Hitting. I love to hit, and I love to win too.
So when you look at this year's team, Halls is going to win some games down the stretch here. What will Halls have to do well?
We need to finish. Last year we didn't finish real well. We lost 6 games on the road last year and won every game at home. So we really need to just finish. We lost every game last year by a touchdown or less. So really just finishing is what we need to work on here to be successful.
So what you're telling me is your home heroes, that you got to be road warriors going with this year. Now you look at this year's team. What's the best part about it? Is it the defense? Is it the offense? What do you like?
Personally, I think it's the defense, but I think that's still biased.
Sure.
So
what do you feel like the greatest strength is on the defense?
I think it's our front 7. Our D-line, our linebackers are really, really good. They're young, but they're really talented. So I think we have a lot of talent up in the front 7.
When your time's done taking off the pads for the last time, what will you remember most?
Probably this home crowd. This place is packed every Friday night. I'm going to miss it, and that band playing, I'm going to miss it very much.
He's one of the best players in the area, one of the key leaders here at Halls, Caden Earl of the Halls Red Devils.
Thanks for watching the Rivalry Thursday Halftime Report, brought to you by Lincoln Memorial University. Rivalry Thursday is brought to you by Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Iris Networks, Knoxville Orthopedic Clinics, and Exterior Home Solutions.
125 years ago, LMU was born out of the desire to provide opportunity to the underserved, a living memorial to a great president who believed knowledge was a transformative force. Over the decades, we've prepared students for careers in medicine, education, nursing, business, and law, so they can go serve their communities. While a lot has changed over the past 125 years, our mission has not. Values, education, service. This is Lincoln Memorial University.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Safety, integrity, reliability. More people trust the Joe Newbert family to return their vehicle back to its original condition or better. Only Joe Newbert Collision Centers offer pickup and delivery, worry-free insurance claim handling, and guaranteed repairs for as long as you own your vehicle. Insist on locally owned Joe Newbert Collision Centers. And drive safely out there.
Being a State Farm agent for over 30 years, I've walked alongside my customers through all their life stages. Saving you money on your insurance is something I take pride in, but earning your trust is something I value just as much. You can count on me to be there through all life's joyous moments.
Real comfort, real food, real good. For almost 30 years, that's been Aubrey's commitment to you. But when everything changed overnight, you taught us what real good really looks like. You've called in takeout and delivery orders, and sometimes you just called to say hello. Thank you. Thank you for ordering, tipping so generously, and helping us keep people working, because that's what real good really looks like, and we'll never forget it.
Apparel for Playoff Friday is furnished by E2 Sports and Adidas. E2 Sports, online at mye2sports.com.
And the third quarter is brought to you by Pilot Company, proud sponsor of Rivalry Thursday since the very beginning. Gorgeous night here at Dave Meskey Stadium. And by the way, a bit of a surprise that Dave is not aware of. We'll head down to the field to Dave is standing by with Eric Kane.
He has no idea what's going on right now, but as you painted the picture, a couple of really popular guys I'd say the next two. And Coach, what a legendary career, obviously, that you've had, and this being your final ride. So I've got Joe over here. We got a little surprise for you.
Yeah, we wanted to do something as a special thank you for 38 years here and 38 years as a head coach, 40 years here, and a long time as a customer of Matlock Tire, which we really appreciate. But we have a free set of tires for you. Austin Price told me they have to go to Miss Lynn, so you guys can decide how that goes. But we just want to say thank you and give you a free set of tires. Hey.
Hey, this guy right here is a good man, I'll tell you that. He's a good man. I got to know him, over the years, he and his dad, and they're just wonderful people. So I'm glad I had the opportunity to get to know him.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you so much. And, looking ahead to the second half real quick, I got to ask you a football question. What was the message in the locker room there?
Well, we have to play better. Offensively, we got to make more plays, and defensively, we've done a good job. But we got to create some space with our receivers and get the ball to them in space, and we didn't do a great job with that the first half.
Well, Coach, thanks so much. Congratulations again, and big thanks to Matlock Tower for everything they do, and good luck in the second half.
All right, thank you very much.
That's cool. He had no idea we were doing that, and that's good stuff. All right, you take a look at the halftime stats brought to you by OEB Law, and a couple of big plays made a difference there for Webb.
Yeah, no doubt. You take away that last drive, Mark, it's 7-3, and basically the stats are, mirror images of one another. Instead, that's where you get the discrepancy, 136-77 in total yards. CAK does get the ball to start the second half. They need to find points, but right here is one of the key plays in the football game. High snap leads to a botched punt, leads to a short field, which leads to a Hill touchdown coming up right here. One of 2 touchdowns for Jalen Hill in the first half for the Webb Spartans.
Yeah, he took a 7-0 lead, but on the ensuing kickoff, exactly what the doctor ordered. Sloan Helton goes 63 yards on the kickoff return, and special teams can change a game.
They did, and Webb able to kind of bow their back right here, force a field goal. CAK makes it 7-3, and that's kind of where it stayed for most of the first half until a late CAK, they go for it on a fourth down, don't get it. Big pitch and catch to Shavar Young, then Jalen Hill takes it in basically untouched for his second touchdown the first half, and that's kind of where we are, 14-3. CAK ready to receive the second half kickoff.
I think the number on the stats that I look at and I say it's got to change for CAK is when you're the underdog and you're playing with the backup quarterback, you got to run for more than 17 yards and a half. You got to control the clock.
Yeah, they tried to control the clock, but their biggest run play was about 8 yards. They just didn't have a whole lot, on the ground that they could hang their hat on. Webb's defense was right there. Cooper Cameron made a lot of big hits in the first half.
Yeah.
Can they find something, going? CAK's offensive line, you pointed this out late in the first half. CAK's offensive line did a beautiful job of pass protecting, but run blocking, there weren't many holes.
Yeah, and you don't know. I mean, at some point in time, do you just kind of stick with it? I mean, I understand what you're saying, but you've got a big bruising running back that eventually wears down the defense. Jay Duncan, the junior, is 6 foot, 200-pound kid, and you kind of got to just keep doing it. Trout, pretty good numbers through the air for CAK, though. 13 of 16, only 60 yards. I mean, he's not throwing the football down the field, but 13 of 16 is efficient. But to your point, Duncan running the football, 6 carries, only 13 yards.
Yeah, the holes just aren't there. I mean, and when they are there, they kind of close fast.
CAK will get the football to start the second half. And I think at this point, they've got to come out and they've got to figure out how to get 6 points out of it. Nice kickoff that goes actually through the end zone.
Yep, it hit right about the 1 yard line, and if it kicks left, it's ball at 35 instead of the 40. Instead, it's ball at the 20.
I mean, once again, Trout 13 of 16, only 60 yards. I mean, 13 completions for 60 yards. At some point in time,
it's just dinking and dunking.
Well, it is, but at some point you've got to throw it a little further downfield. I get what you got a backup kid in there. They'll start at their own 20. He'll roll right, and a short pass here for that said 5 yards.
It's kind of taking what they give. Hope 6 catches, 46 yards. You add the 6 to it. That's 7 catches for 52.
Well, close.
Well, they give him 5. Well, he went past the 25 to mark it and then went back.
Okay.
Let's go to the replay.
Gain of 5 makes it 2nd down and 5. They'll throw it again out to Hope. And close to first down yardage.
Pass complete to number 1, Sloan.
Or he's past the first down, so that is a first down.
Yeah, that one's to Sloan Helton. This here got Corey over there. Look at him getting animated.
Corey Thomas, formerly of SH Data Technology.
Chad Speck, former Clemson National Special Teams Player of the Year for the Tigers back in the 90s.
Actually, 3rd down and 2. They were short of the first down. They started to move the chains, and they moved them back. 3rd down and 2. As Trout will pitch this one out, and they will get the first down here with Duncan.
Number 37, Jay Duncan for carry. Push up by number 31, Eli.
7th carry of the night. And they'll move the chains.
A lot of action in a small area there. See big 77 there for the Spartans.
You know what I've never figured out, in all seriousness, about the color of the jerseys? Why, if your colors are green, why don't you wear green jerseys? Why don't you pick your card?
Because that's their secondary jersey. It's not their, it's their alternate.
They'll look to throw here. Once again has time. Going to wind up. Can run to the near side and will continue to run. How about that? Catch is made for a loss of 1.
That's a lot of action for a loss of 1.
That was pretty good athleticism by Peyton Manning Jr. wearing 16.
He starts to roll. All of a sudden he sees breathing down his neck.
That's pretty good stuff, man.
Eli Vickers.
1 yard loss for the Warriors.
That's pretty nimble feet by Aiden Trout. The pass for a loss of 1. 2nd and 11.
That's a high pitch that set up that play to fail. But Jay Duncan, carrying defenders, takes really nothing and turns it into a little bit of something.
That's about the slowest, highest pitch I think I've ever seen.
Didn't you just think that play was going to get blown up? And it had every chance to.
Yeah, it did.
Duncan able to pick up 5 and make it 3rd and 6.
You know, you get half of it here, run the punt team out there and fake the punt again. I'm kidding. It's 4-down territory if you get half of it back. So they'll throw for it. Oh, and almost picked off.
Now, if he goes with 2 hands and tries to pick it off, Hal Niendorf is taking it in for
Well,
six.
when every pass is a 4-yard route, it's easy to jump them all. I mean, at some point you got to run an out and up. They bring the punt team out here. 4th punt of the night.
And this is where Webb has a chance to really stretch it out.
Sure they do. Good snap. Bunt this one away. A little bouncy. How about that bounce?
That was perfect.
How about that bounce?
Shavar Young's got to go get that ball. Instead now they'll scrimmage from the 13-yard line.
52 yards on the punt. Well, our thanks to Gray Hodges this year for their donation to the visiting school. There's Charlie in the middle of all that, along with the Webb cheerleaders. But $1,000 going to CAK. And our thanks to Gray Hodges. Wonderful friends over there. First down at the 13-yard line.
You going up top here to Shavar Young?
Taking a shot. Play faking. Actually, I'm handing off. Off right tackle. There's your boy,
Jalen
Etherton
Hill.
again.
And there's Eli Etherton on the tackle.
Hill in the first half, 9 carries, 58 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. They'll fake it to him here. And Robinson will keep it almost to the 30. That'll be a first down. It was a 2nd down and 2. I'm going to lull them into some short plays, and then I'm going to take a shot.
I feel you. I like it.
Robinson through the air in the first half, 6 out of 10. 73 yards. And Shavar Young, the young freshman, 3 catches, 49 yards. Robinson looks to throw, takes a shot.
If he leads Marquise Barrett, it's a huge play. Maybe not 6, but a huge play.
I'm probably going to get into a conversation here that I don't think makes a lot of people comfortable. But here's the question when you talk about a Shavar Young. There's a lot of high school players that are switching from school to school. A lot of guys that start one place end up somewhere else. Webb has had that happen. Great player ends up over at Baylor. How do you, if you're Webb, how do you keep a kid like that here? How do you make sure he doesn't end up at IMG?
Running this style of offense.
Doesn't end up at IMG or wherever.
Yeah, I mean, running this style of offense. You know, Tommy, or not Tommy went, but Brandon went from here to IMG.
Correct.
Just a few years ago. Yeah, just running this style of offense where Shavar Young is featured. He gets the ball as a receiver. I mean, those type of things, you know, keep
where you
kids
can
here.
show him he can build a resume here.
Yes.
Okay. You can be highlighted here. First down and 24 at the 15. They'll hand off to Hill. And CAK there. And I think that's the point.
But who knows what kind of offense, you know, do they promote from within? If they promote from within, you would think they would keep the same offense, right?
Yeah, does Robbie Collier get the job? I mean,
yeah.
Who knows?
If they go outside the family and go and hire someone from the outside, who knows what kind of offense they bring in?
Yeah. Well, he's getting his opportunities here. Second down and 23, and he may get another opportunity here. Running straight down the field. This one hangs high in the air, and a third down and 23 coming up here. There's a flag down at the 13-yard line.
Sure that's not just the spray paint again?
No, that one's at the 9. There is a – can we show what I'm talking about? Do you see the flag down at the 13? Jim Martin's up here on the high camera. Can you show what's at the 9-yard line, which is the yellow on the field? Thank you. There it is. Somebody sprayed some yellow on the field, and it looks like a flag.
And the shocking turn of events, there's
For 5. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, third down.
Is it a soccer mark of some kind?
In a shocking turn of events, there's the equal spray paint at the other 9. Stunned.
There is not.
Yes, there is.
Oh, there is. Oh, man. Okay.
Look at that 9 over there, too.
There's one in all 4 corners. Well, I can't see that far enough to see the other side of the field.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, okay. Third down and 23, by the way, at the 16. They'll hand off to Hill off left tackle, and he'll get a lot of it back. Well, some of it anyway. They have a fourth down and 13, and they'll punt it away. CAK is 1 touchdown away from this being a football game, by the way.
Until CAK can move it more than 20 yards, I'm going to say no. But I understand what you're saying.
No, I agree with you.
They were given a short field earlier tonight. They could do nothing with it.
What about a block punt? Block punt could have done it. How about the nice bounce there?
Again, on these turf fields, you got to go get those punts.
Take a break. 14-3. CAK still trying to hang around the chicken coop, but they need to play.
Rivalry Thursday is brought to you by Pilot Company, Ted Russell Ford, Food City, and Lincoln Memorial University.
Do you want top-of-the-line fitness equipment for home, school, or work? New or reconditioned, Dynabody in Maryville has everything you need to build that gym. Used equipment brands include Paramount, Life Fitness, Nautilus, Hammer Strength, and Precor. Reach for the power with Dynabody.
Blue 2020 F-150 $41,990. Hey, Jake drops back. He's got a deal wide open. The crowd goes wild. With savings, whether you're looking for a low-mileage pre-owned truck to tailgate in or a minivan to get the whole family to the game, the Pre-Owned Patrol has what you're looking for. Only at Ted Russell Ford on Kingston Pike or Parkside Drive.
Hey, this is UT head football coach Josh Heupel. It's football time in Tennessee.
When the Big Orange play, you don't have to miss a second of the action. Before, during, and after the game, just make sure your radios are tuned in to 107.7 WIVK. Or if you're on the go, download the WIVK app and listen anywhere. Your flagship station for the Tennessee Volunteers. 107.7 WIVK. It's a Tennessee tradition.
Hi, I'm Anderson County head football coach David Gillen, and I want to tell you about my friends at Exterior Home Solutions, East Tennessee's first choice in roofing. They've been servicing East Tennessee for over 20 years, achieving a 4.9 rating on Google reviews, and are listed as a platinum contractor by Owens Corning. Financing is available. I invite you to learn more about my friends at Exterior Home Solutions on their website, exteriorhomesolutions.com, or give them a call at 865-524-5888.
Fireworks for the Rivalry Showcase are sponsored by OEB Law.
Yeah, they are. And the Smile Cam is brought to you by KnoxvilleSmiles.com. Doctors Malone, Dr. Michael Costa, my dentist. You can find them at KnoxvilleSmiles.com. Okay, girls, your uncomfortable smiling is over. Back to the game. 8:25 to go, third quarter, 14-3. Webb with the lead. What do you do if you're Travis Mazingo here?
Take a deep shot.
He'll pitch this one out off the right side. And, Austin, to your point, I mean, Jay Duncan, they're just not finding any room for him.
No, there's no room. There's no holes. Webb, you see there, Cooper Cameron.
I got it.
Okay.
Remember last week, Frank Johnson, the fourth?
That actually I think could work.
Pass.
I'm with you. I'm 100% on board, because at this point,
I mean, they're overplaying the run. They don't respect you. I'm pitching it back, and then I'm letting him throw.
Joe, what's the longest play from scrimmage tonight for CAK? Put him under the gun. Sloan Helton tackled for loss of 1. They've gained 15 yards twice. Okay.
Let's go, Dave!
Third down and 11 at the 30. 3 receivers near side. Aiden Trout, the quarterback, as some lights go out, throws this one, and it is picked off by Shavar Young right as the lights go out on the near side.
Go away, Sloan!
Yeah, that set of lights.
And for the rest of the game, we'll scrimmage only in the south end of the 50. I'm joking, of course, but that's not ideal.
Well, they're just going to keep playing.
Well, for right now, because Webb is going in towards the direction of the south end.
By the way, our friend Bill Minott messaged Joe McNish, and I was going to say on the coaching, I literally was, and said, what about Chet Pennington? His dad coached here as a nice defensive tackle. Chad, obviously, a former Webb great. You never know. By the way, Bill Minott has been sick, recovering very nicely. I do like how the officials are looking up at the other lights going, well, we got 3 of these grids still working. It has gotten darker. Second down and 11. They'll throw this one across the middle. Catch is made into the secondary inside the 25.
Shavar Young. Again, he's just a freshman. Played last year as an 8th grader, made plays. Only getting better.
You know, the thing about him is he uses those hands. Reaches up, snatches it with his hands, rather than waiting for it to hit his body, which a lot of young wide receivers do. And this one pitched up the left side. We missed it. Touchdown, Webb. as Charlie Robinson with a little spin of the football. And Webb goes up 20-3.
Lucky didn't get a penalty there.
Yeah, I don't think the official saw that he spun it because the lights went out. Robinson to the outside. Oh, hey, their lights are on that corner of the field, though. And just that quickly, the lights may have gone out on CAK. How about that?
Very nice.
Was that good?
That was very nice.
Thank you. Let's catch a little break and a break with some information that could help you from KOC.
Dr. Curtis Gaylord with the Knoxville Orthopedic Clinic. I'm here today as a pediatric orthopedic surgeon to talk to you about pediatric fractures. Kids, unlike adults, often can break and not have significant swelling. Key things to remember is continued pain more than 24 hours and inability to weight bear is significant. Kids at that time should get an x-ray and get evaluated. Unlike adults, ligamentous injury is unlikely, and kids often have a fracture long before they actually have soft tissue injury. Therefore, if your child has an injury and has had significant pain more than 24 or 48 hours, I suggest calling us at the clinic. There's only 3 pediatric orthopedic surgeons in the area, and we're all 3 at Knoxville Orthopedic Clinic.
So with the extra point, 21-3, Webb has the lead.
Random fact of the night, you know I'm a huge Batman fan.
Oh, here we go. Are you going to bring up his Jack Nicholson Penguin?
No, first off, Jack Nicholson was the Joker.
He was the Joker, but it wasn't who?
Danny DeVito.
DeVito was the Penguin. Yes, he was one of the Penguins. Yeah, he was the Penguin. 4-play, 39 yards on the possession. And the Warriors will start at the 16-yard line. Decent field position. Well, the Commercial Bank Rivalry Showcase presented by Food City is Saturday night, December the 10th, 7 p.m. at Anderson County High School. Over the past week, I have talked with many band directors. I'm hoping to get up to 1,000 kids in the band at some point. That's my goal. I don't know that I can get there this year. Also, our coaching staffs, Davey Gillum, the head coach for East Tennessee, Eddie Courtney, and Dave Meskey, the head coaches for Knoxville. So we are guaranteed to broadcast Dave Meskey's final game as a head high school football coach. Did you realize this?
I did. You've talked about it every week.
I have not.
I mean, what are they going to do if they get to the other end of the field? It's too dark to play. That's what I want to know. They're gambling that CAK is not going to drive the field here.
But didn't it used to be that way like at Halls or something? I mean, the lighting was so bad that...
Flag on the play.
There was one stadium where it was like completely just dark in one corner. They're making sure that we don't get down to the dark end of the field because they're going to penalize CAK and keep them buried down here on the right side.
Yeah. You get down there on the dark side of the field and it's just the moonlight shining down. As Jack Nicholson.
Holding, offense number 64. A penalty's half the distance to the goal, replay first down.
As Jack Nicholson said as the Joker, as a young Joker, before he actually was the Joker, to Bruce Wayne's after he killed his parents. Has he ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
What does this have to do with this football game?
I don't know.
Oh.
Either way, here we go. CAK backed up against their own goal line.
It looks like
and we've got another penalty. We're going to back them on up a couple more yards.
Keep them down.
Let's keep them down there on this end, guys.
Half the distance to the goal, still first down.
We're going to make sure that we keep this game in the lights. First down, they're going to take a shot, overthrow the receiver.
Pass incomplete, number 4, Eric Moore.
Mozingo Yeah, let's get Scotty right up there along the dark.
Yeah, he's going to go figure out what's wrong with the light.
Get us in there tight, Scotty.
Yeah,
drive us in there.
Yeah, fly on in there,
Fly on
Scotty.
in there.
Take a look and see if there's a fuse that's out or something. Yeah, Scotty, come around the other side and take a look back at the front of the lights and see if something happened.
Yeah, if one of the light bulbs is black, that means it just went bad. We got to get up there and replace it.
Dude, we're the only people in America doing high school football that are giving you this kind of access. We talk about varsity all access going inside the game. This is a part of that coverage. This is great stuff.
Got an
Look at
injured
this.
player on the field.
There it is. It's that right light. That far right light is like
us on in there, Scotty. Get us in there tight. Turn the macro on.
This is great television, by the way. Which light has gone out on the grid at Webb?
I think there's a light switch right there. Somebody climb like Green Acres up there and flip the light switch.
Man. We have a man down, by the way, out on the field.
When it comes to the game of football, teamwork is critical for success. When it comes to customer service and business, that team approach is just as critical. That's why we're such believers in our friends at Exterior Home Solutions. We have seen firsthand how Exterior Home Solutions has supported our community and treats their customers just like family. So when it comes to roofing, siding, or maybe a complete overhaul, please make Exterior Home Solutions your first and only call.
Speaking of teamwork from the Price Twins, they'll need it tomorrow night when they take on Carnes. We've seen that movie once or twice before. Deshaun Bishop normally looks like Forrest Gump. Run, Forrest, up and down the sidelines for the Beavers.
Ethan Klasky making his way over to the near side as a third down and long coming up for CAK. We have lights up in the press box, by the way, but I do want to give kudos, by the way, to Scotty Liston for his, he ought to get an Emmy for what he just did.
Going above and beyond. And realistically, we should take these lights that are lighting us up and put them down there in that end zone just in case.
We could. Rolling left, looking to throw. And that one almost caught by Craig Price.
Hey, he is tied 8th in the Rogersville High School with his brother, Herb Jr. Most touchdowns for Old Rogersville High School. I think 9 touchdowns in his career. Tied 8th, I believe.
He's wearing red here. Rolling left and looking.
Did he catch it?
Oh,
come on, Dad. Leaning out of there.
He should have made that catch. That is sad. I'm docking his pay.
Yep. My mom won't stand for that.
Watch the snap here. Don't have this punt be too good. We're going to go into the dark part of the field. Oh, that's a good one.
Shavar Young's going to go try to get this one now.
Oh, look at the bounce.
Yeah.
Oh, if it gets in the 30, it's in the dark side. Down to the 28. By the way, what was that, 57 yards, Joe McNish? 64. Skip McMillan's arguing with you from the truck. He says 64 yards. Eric, go ahead. You've got lights.
I'm not going to attempt to do that math. I'm going to stick here and tell you about what's coming up on the radio tomorrow night. Cumulus Knoxville over on 99.1. Catholic's going to play host to McCauley. Should be a good one. The KOC game of the week on AM 990. That's going to be Gibbs at Fulton. We've talked a lot about that one tonight. And over on News Talk, WOKI 98.7. Bradley Central is going to be at Hardin Valley. That's tomorrow night. Cumulus Knoxville High School football. And oh yeah, CB45 said he'll climb that light pole and turn the lights back on.
Oh, I'm sure he will. So here we go. Oh, they're coming to the near side. Oh, almost dropped the football, but nobody saw it. You know, Brian Seachlog handles our shading in the truck, where he is adjusting the brightness and all, and the hue and the tint and contrast and everything. And he's a man who doesn't cuss, but I'm almost wondering right now if he's thinking about it. He's like, really?
You know it's a thrill-a-minute broadcast when you said hue, tint, and contrast.
Yes, and you said run, Forrest, run. Well, you're not going to throw down here, so I'm ganging up against the run. Nobody can see the football. Second down and 12.
Coming up next week on Rivalry Thursday, we have a great matchup.
Yeah, we do.
Over at Alcoa. It will be the Alcoa Tornadoes coming off that huge win over Maryville last week, and a West team that's undefeated. They play 4-0 Sevier County tomorrow night. So big game. Deb Lewis, she's already at Alcoa. She's decided to skip the Sevier County game this week, and she's already at Alcoa in the stands. She's camping out for the next 8 or 7 days.
Third down and 10. CAK was offside, but nobody saw it. Quarterback rolling, and he finally will be taken down after no gain on the play. No, I'm looking forward to next week. The game last year, a double overtime thriller.
We could never be so lucky.
Yeah, I mean, West at Alcoa, then Clinton at Campbell County, over-under in that game, 94.5. Gibbs at Anderson County, lots of fireworks that night. Sean Bishop and Carnes at Oak Ridge. Carter at South Doyle, a key game for playoff positioning, and the same for Farragut at Bearden. And OEB playoff Fridays, presented by Pilot Company, coming up.
Farragut Bearden could be for a home playoff game. Could be for a region title, too, depending on how the games from Maryville go.
Yep. Bearden tomorrow night at Maryville. There was maybe running into the kicker. No flag was thrown.
Are you sure? Or is that spray paint again?
No, I can't even see the spray painted yellow now. Yeah, I don't know. Would you call this running into the kicker? Great acting job.
Maybe slightly both.
Well, whatever it is, first down and 10 at the 44 now for CAK. They will look to throw. A little bit of pressure here. Rolling left. Man is wide open.
Oh, he missed him.
Completely overthrown.
He missed him. Wide open was Christopher Cook.
And it was one of those where Aiden Trout just got to put a little air into the football. There's no reason to throw the fastball.
Got a flag here.
It's number 52. 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
At Commercial Bank salutes the Stripes. Chris Warwick, our umpire tonight. 24 seasons officiating football. Hobbies, baseball, family, and church. He said to us before the game, he said, have a great game. I said, you too. First down and 20. There's that pitch out to Sean Alexander.
Jay Duncan, nowhere to go. Great tackle that time by 24, Hal Niendorf.
Loss of 3. I feel like this offensive line is like a perfect Josh Heupel offensive line. I mean, they do great in pass protection. The run blocking is not really working as well as it is for Tennessee right now. But the pass protection, they're great. Right on cue, they try to throw a screen pass, and it's a jailbreak, taken down back at the 24-yard line.
Eli Vickers getting home. A lot of Eli's making plays the last couple of weeks. Eli Hubbs.
Eli Etherton.
Well, Eli Etherton, now Eli Vickers.
What was the deal about Eli's about 18 years ago?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Was it Eli Manning? Peyton was gone. It was all about Eli.
Maybe it was.
Loss of 17 makes it third down, and our old house. We used to live over here, Danson's Place subdivision.
It was third and Nick and Jay's. That's what it was.
Oh, you said, okay.
Where you can get some great food, by the way.
Here we go.
Great cornbread. Mozingo not happy.
It's a good football coach. Really good man. I was talking
We're
with
rounding out the third quarter here, Packer. If you told me going in, Webb's going to score 7 a quarter, you're thinking, hey, this is, right up CAK at Sally. They just not been able to do anything offensively now. But you were thinking, go ahead.
Well, I know Travis and I had an interesting conversation this week about, the private schools in Knoxville trying to get to the point where they're winning championships like the private schools in Nashville or even Baylor and McCallie. And he made a point about, a couple of years ago, they were 10-0 in the regular season, won a playoff game, they were 11-0. They play a Nashville team, second round of the playoff, and he said, I looked across the field. They had 40 guys that were as big as our one biggest guy. They just have, by the way, the lights have come back on. Shavar Young will get almost, the lights have just come back on, by the way.
Chad climbed up there, flipped the switch.
Well, our thanks to Ted Russell Ford, $1,000 going to the home school, that being Webb. And Ted Russell Ford, the home of the pre-owned patrol. $1,000 going to Webb School in Knoxville.
Speaking of Nick and Jake, love that new commercial. Although, do we really think that Nick spiked the ball that it went like 70 feet in the air like it looks like it did on the commercial?
No. By the way, the locker room
magic of television.
Connected by Iris Network, Sunday night, 10:35 here on CW Knoxville. Tough inside running by Baxter Johnson, another ninth grader.
That'll be the last play of this third quarter.
Not many schools have a player named Baxter, but they do here at Webb. And that will take us to the end of the quarter. 21-3, Sparty with the lead as the Dave Meskey victory tour continues towards the end of a 42-year career of 21-3 on Rivalry Thursday.
Rivalry Thursday is brought to you by Commercial Bank, Humana, E2 Sports, and OEB Law.
Community banking is about location and much more. It's about family. We reside in your community. We are a part of your community. At Commercial Bank, our commitment extends beyond the walls of our branches. It's displayed each day in the opportunities we provide, the money we give back, and the time we commit, all to help improve the lives of the people, families, and businesses that make our communities great. Commercial Bank, life made better.
Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Scotty Dykes. While the insurance industry has changed over the years, our office offers auto, home, life, mortgages, and many other banking services, including retirement planning. So please give our office a call, text us, or email us, and we'll be happy to do business with you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Costa. Dr. Malone and I here at Knoxville Smiles are here to help you with any of your dental needs, whether it's a routine cleaning, a root canal, or if you just want some advice. Did you know that you don't have to settle for a denture anymore? My team and Dr. Malone are here to help you no matter where you're at and to help you figure out the truth for your dental health. So give us a call or visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Matlock Tire has a reputation for being a little bit old school. We're proud to be known for our outstanding hometown customer service. We've been doing things that way for over 60 years. But Matlock now offers new modern conveniences, such as family-friendly waiting areas, online appointment scheduling. You can even shop for tires and see our current stock right from your computer or smartphone. We invite you to stop into one of our 5 convenient locations or come see us online at matlocktireservice.com. Modern convenience, hometown service. Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
Hi, my name is Steve Shelton, Managing Principal with First Choice Lending Services. Right now, the housing market in Tennessee can be challenging, and you need the right lender to help you walk through it. We're a local lender. We're part of your community, and we know how to best serve you. When you get a home loan with First Choice Lending, you'll get a loan that is customized just for you. If you need help getting approved for a home loan, please give one of our experienced loan officers a call today.
Now the fourth quarter is brought to you by Hillary Frost Homes of Keller Williams. By the way, going to show you a photo here of a brand new listing. As a matter of fact, this is in Lenore City. Okay, it's a 2-bedroom condo, 2-bathroom, built just a couple of years ago. So this is like pretty much brand new. Open house coming up on Saturday. Go to HillaryFrostHomes.com. Make sure, hey, these properties go fast. She's got several new listings. And you can go see that on HillaryFrostHomes.com and register to win lunch with the Vols. HillaryFrostHomes.com. 2nd down and 4 at the 45-yard line. Quarterback would keep it around left in, using the wheels, showing the speed, cutting back inside the 20. And how about the run by Charlie Robinson? Did the football come out? And the officials say, yes, it did. Recovered by CAK, number 25, Alexander Glass. Warriors football.
You got to protect the ball. And that's be the first thing Coach Meskey says to Charles. Right, I mean, a beautiful play. Showed speed, elusiveness, ability to break tackles, but got hit there hard from the side and coughed it up.
Jacob Dunn on the hill. Hit, that is. Glad those lights are back on. Off left tackle. That's the kind of running they like to see. Take a look at the OEB Law third quarter stats. You know what that tells me? 0 rushing yards for CAK in the third quarter. Could somebody please go get Austin his Reese's for the night and get some sugar in his system to wake him up?
I am up. I'm just contemplating the third quarter stats, which were.
What game are you looking forward to the most tomorrow night? I'm anxious.
Beard and Maryville.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm not sure Bearden can win, but can they hang with them? I think it's certainly possible. What game are you looking forward to tomorrow night?
You know, honestly, I think Powell Clinton. Ugh, big hit. And the reason I say that is it's at Clinton. Can Clinton score enough points? I mean, it looks like it's a high-scoring affair to me. That looks like a high-scoring game. And, I mean, can Clinton score enough points to just hang around the chicken coop? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, last year they lost 30-0, which is about as well as anybody played Powell out in the regular season a year ago.
Yeah.
And
2nd down and 4 off left tackle. Tough running again for 3. I mean, I don't see any. I mean, I don't want to disrespect Sevier County, but I think West is that good. I don't feel like that ends up being a good football game. But West has been kind of a Cinderella team that keeps finding a way to hang around. They just hadn't played
Sevier
like
County has been a Cinderella team.
Kind of. I mean, kind of. They've had several close games. They haven't played West yet, and I think West is that good. I mean, can Joe Ossavet, if they don't get it on 3rd down, can Joe Ossavet and Heritage coming off the win over William Blunt, can they muster up and up to hang up with a kind of beat up Central team?
Heritage trying to stay hot.
4th down and 2.
I think in that game it boils down to can you tackle Frank Johnson. I mean, if he goes off again, it's hard for me to believe Heritage can win that football game, but if they can contain him, it's certainly possible that they hang around.
4th down and 2. By the way, coming up in just a moment, the Wreaths Across America number for tonight, and I guess we can actually do it right now. Are we going to break, guys? You want to hold up? Okay, all right, here, hand me the – I knew when he came up and he was holding this and it was the bag was really fat, as even Joe McNish just wanted to know what the number is. $3,323.
How many wreaths is that?
Okay, but 2,070 tonight, and then 1,253 from the West game last week.
You mean
where they give you
Gibbs?
No, from the West game.
Oh, I thought it was
they gave us a bonus game.
I know
we
got some extra money from the Gibbs game at the end last week.
Here's the deal. The wreaths are $15 a piece. However, they give us as a fundraising effort. They give us like 2 for the 3 for the price of 2, so they end up being $10 a piece by the time we get our bonus. But you can go to knoxreads.org. You came up with almost 2,000 reads a year ago. I am hopeful that we can break that number this year. So this is incredible, and thank you to everyone who's contributed. Weston Alcoa, you're up next week. Look for our veterans that'll be out there next week, and you can make donations. You go to knoxreads.org, by the way. Is that at $10 a piece?
Prior to snap, ball start, offense number 72. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
At $10 a piece, we came up with 332 reads tonight.
Good job.
Yeah. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on. I'm getting some information. Can you
You're
talk for a minute?
7th of the way there to getting to that 2,000 number just off tonight.
Timeout is taken here. Let's go ahead and take the break now. 9:33 to go. CAK going to talk about a 4th and 7 down 21-3. Well, our thanks to Ann at One Day Signs and Banners, along with JP, by the way.
No, whoa. We can't be doing JP. I mean,
JP
it's just Ann.
is Ann's son.
It doesn't matter. Ann is a legendary staple. I mean, like an institution. She's as big as the Queen.
4th down and 7 to the 24. They'll look to throw, trying to get it. Last chance for CAK. Going to be taken down, the 4th sack of the night, back at the 19-yard line for Webb. So the Vols are at home this weekend, at home next weekend for Florida. I had a great time to do what we did today, and that is concentrate on Food City Pepsi and Frito-Lay as your tailgating headquarters. I went online to foodcity.com, found the closest location to where Austin could go by and pick the food up, placed the order there, sent in the order and said, hey, buddy, could you go pick up the food?
Yeah.
And Austin said, sure thing, Mark. What else do you need?
Well, I added a couple of those Reese pumpkin eggs.
No, I'm sure you did.
Yes. Pumpkins, Reese pumpkins, Reese pumpkin eggs. So I'm combining Halloween and Easter.
It's down in 10 behind Shavar Young, and they're looking at each other like, what route was I supposed to run? What route did you run?
Number 4, Charles Robinson, was incomplete.
I respect the single a lot tonight for playing to win. He's fake punts, he's kicked onside kicks, he's went for it on 4th down.
Yeah, they when you lose your starting quarterback, you lose your best offensive lineman. Oh, sure.
In most instances, it is a shock to the system.
First down, they'll hand off on the left side, cutting back inside.
Marquise Barrett,
junior. They'll have some players back next year for whoever the head coach is. Well, we're having our conversation about who is the Exterior Home Solutions 6-star MVP. And maybe who scores here has an impact on that. A timeout taken here by Webb.
It's their first of the half.
By the way, you people at home, I want you to take a look at something just because I think you can see it. I think this is really cool. Does anybody at home know who Joe Tessitore is? Okay, Joe Tessitore is like the, what games do you call? Is it ESPN, SEC games, national games? This is his stats guy. We always talk about Joe McNish, and he actually, when Joe Tessitore's calling a game, McStats is his stat guy. There he is. There's another angle since he won't turn around.
I was told he was really on point last week. Greg McElroy joined us on The Nation.
Oh, I heard that.
And I wanted to say, well, I'm glad he brings his A game for you because he just kind of sleepwalks through Thursdays.
He gives us his B effort to save the A effort for you guys. Okay. What are you trying to – you trying to tell me something, show the people at home you're actually working tonight?
He was trying to spell backwards.
C1.
C+.
See, this is what we do. He keeps the stats, and then he'll hand me cards the whole time. 3rd down and 2. Quarterback will keep it up the middle.
Well, I'll say this. CAK has made Webb work for everything they've gotten to this point.
Yeah.
Nothing has come easy, minus that 2-play drive there with a minute to go in the first half. Everything else has been much more methodical.
I don't like looking at your back, son.
Webb's defense on the year continues to hold teams to very few points. Ball, and CAK has that football.
Here's the deal for Webb.
Baxter Johnson fumbles.
Here's the deal. You're going to win the game easily, but you're still going to have teaching moments for your kids.
100%. A lot of teaching moments. And game ops, you know, teaching moments for them. You know, what happens when the lights go out?
By the way, we're jamming down here. The speakers are right above us.
It's true. Like I feel like we're at a live golf tournament with all the music playing while the kids are playing football.
Well, and here's the deal. The kid down here, I mean, in spirit of live golf, the kid that dances the best gets $20 million check.
I like going to Tonic back in the old city when I was in college.
Tough run here off left tackle. Dario Love. Looking to throw here, runs out of time, and that is like stealing candy from a baby.
There he is.
Too easy.
Niendorf.
You got Niendorf. A pick 6. That was too easy, 15 yards. This is what happens when every pass is like 8 yards. It is. You got to throw the ball downfield every once in a while, and I understand. But if I'm a DB, and I know that's what I'm sitting on it. I run a 6-flat 40, but even I'm jumping that route. Is Niendorf now a candidate for the MVP?
Why not?
I think the MVP should be Jalen Hill.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Well, a great crowd here tonight for Webb. Crowd's big. Cheerleading staff is big. All right, I'm counting them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 4 rows. 4 times 13 is over 50.
It's 52, Packer.
I understand that, but 1 row could have been like 1 less, so I'm just going to go with around 50. Football at the 10-yard line, near side. Now, I also wonder is if Joe McNish, I wonder if he lists Waffle House options to Joe Tessitore and McElroy at games. He puts on a card. E2 Sports, by the way, handles all of our apparel. They have been absolute rock stars this year. They do all their own embroidery, all their own screen print. Got us back with Adidas, thank goodness, and thanks to those guys. And they're talking to more and more new schools and making sure they take care of everybody. No waiting around for your apparel. So here's what happens, and I'm legitimate. Show us up here. About this time every game, Joe hands me a card. And the card says, as Zach Nelson, the voice of the Central Bobcats for Diamond Clear, is helping. Waffle House, number 1 Cedar Bluff. If full, go to number 2 Lovell Road. This is how high-tech we are here. Okay, Joe, sounds good. Second down and 13 at the 30. Is it just me, or is this game just kind of screeched to a halt? By the way, final score, this from the Sean Gang Sports Network. Coalfield 68, Oakdale 8.
It's called a running clock there in the second half.
Fighting Benson Napiers.
Hope Channel 8 was there early to get that mic'd up.
They were. Next week over to Alcoa. Alcoa number 1 in the state. 8, 9, 10, whatever it is, state championships in a row. West number 2 in the state in 5A. Great matchup. A shot out of a cannon here out to midfield. Nice run right there by Dario Love.
All right, there we go. A little bit of momentum here. I mean, never too late to continue to try to get some momentum. You don't know how long, you're going to have to roll with the same offense. So you need to try to get some momentum going for next week.
Love again. 2 weeks from tonight, Clinton at Campbell County in what could be an offensive explosion. Eric Kane will take Austin's place up here in the booth. Zach Nelson will be our sideline reporter. Really looking forward to that. Nice defensive play right up the gut by Stephen Beatty, a senior.
Down by Webb Spartans.
Off the left side into Webb territory.
Ran by number 5, Caleb Hoke.
Caleb Hope's had a big night. Hope tonight, 8 catches, 57 yards.
Prior to the snap, ball start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
We're going to throw here on a 4th down and 9. And they'll turn it over on downs, and Webb will get the football. And this is about exactly what you thought it would be. Kind of a game that was 17, 24 points, somewhere along in there, you know, the Webb. I said at the start of the game, knowing how good Webb is and how Coach Mazingo has got his challenges right now. That's a 28.5-point spread. What do you take? And he said, you know, I'd take CAK barely. Or 25 right now. The second of our 2 E2 Sports Scholar athletes, Eli Vickers, a senior, 4.27 GPA. I thought they sent that as 4.72. That's why I said that earlier. I got to double check the graphic. Tough run off left tackle.
Got to hold on to that football. Baxter Johnson fumbled on the last, or 2 series ago. That time, they were trying to rip at it.
Well, if I've still got that email.
Either way, we're proud of Eli.
Very proud. If a kid's got a 4.27 GPA, it's actually 4.72 GPA. For that kid, he's insulted that it's 4.27. I mean, you and I would have no idea about that. First down and 10, handoff up the middle. Nice job by the CAK defense. And apparently, there it is, Eli Vickers, 4.72 GPA. And that's the thing, you just don't see that. You don't see a 4.72 GPA. So those 2 kids combined tonight for a 9 on the GPA meter. And
we're gonna start running that. We're going the ones
the
with the
GPA
biggest
meter. And you, me, and Joe, all 3 combined, did not get tonight.
That's not true.
What were you at Morristown East?
3-something.
Were you really?
Yes.
No.
That's without trying.
Stunned you didn't try.
Although, I'm telling you, we started doing I was helping Addison with homework the other night.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I already went through 4th grade Catherine. I don't need to go through it again.
Yeah. Man, we were rolling right along. What happened in a game where they've been running the football? They're down an 8 clock running now, 1:20 to go. Backup quarterback is in. Pass across the middle. Shavar Young makes the catch down to the 25. Gain of 15 yards. And a look at, well, he very well might be your quarterback next year, Jack Wagner. Number 15 is 6'4" junior.
Oh, little John Denver here. Little Country Roads. My kids will be jamming this. They love this song.
And they'll take a knee here, and that will be the last play of the game. So the final score tonight, Webb with a 28-7 win as Dave Meskey's team improves to 5-0 on the season. 28-3 the final score. Don't know what I just said, but 28-3 is the final score. Austin's jamming up here as the band's playing. Final score tonight on FCA's Rivalry Thursday. Presented by Pilot Company. 28-3 is your final score as Webb gets the win over CAK.